Well, thanks for visiting us here at arklatex I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Friday forecast update. Just wanted to pass along an update as far as what's going on in the tropics right now. We do have the twin tropical systems. We are waiting on one of those to get named. We knew they'd be the L&M storm, so we now have Tropical Storm Laura, which is the storm that's out here in the Atlantic. That one is less likely to impact us, and then we have Tropical Depression 14, so we know this is probably going to become Tropical Storm and maybe eventually Hurricane Marco. That will be the one that comes up and affects us towards the middle of next week, so we may begin to see some of the impacts from that Tuesday and Wednesday. Right now, still a tropical depression, but it is moving into an area that's favorable for it to strengthen. So the official National Hurricane Center track does take it into the Gulf of Mexico this weekend. We'll kind of feed off the warm water that's out there, and that's kind of an interesting look at things here, as we may very well have a Category 1 hurricane making landfall at some point late Tuesday, early Wednesday along the Texas-Louisiana coastline, and then right next door you have Laura, which will likely be making landfall as a Category 1 hurricane as well. So it's been since 1959 that we did see two storms falling concurrently at the same time in the Gulf of Mexico, but it's very much a reality for the Gulf Coast next week. So again, the storm that will impact us right now, you can see the margin of error here is pretty wide, so that path could shift a little bit further to the west or maybe further to the east. So the impacts will kind of depend on where the official forecast track takes it in the next few days. But right now we're on the right side or the east side of the track, and that's usually the business end of the storm where you see some of the heavier rain and severe weather. Over here on the west side, let's say over towards Dallas, that's typically where we'll see a little more dry air in these systems, so the impacts aren't as severe typically on the west side. So we'll have to wait to see how this all plays out. But if this given forecast were to hold, what we'd be looking at is things picking up for us late Tuesday, so Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning, and we could definitely see some rain from this on Monday, but the worst of the impacts would be Tuesday, Wednesday. We'd be looking at maybe some heavy rain, talking several inches of rain or higher, and that will get ironed out here in the upcoming days. And we could also be on the side that's favorable to see maybe some spin-up tornadoes as well. Those are usually very brief, not looking at those very strong tornadoes, but they'd be weak, very quick spin-ups. That will be something, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, to watch out for. And we could see a few high wind gusts, but most of the wind impacts will be down along the coastline. The winds will tend to weaken as those storms move inland. So as far as what we're expecting, again, next few days should be a nice Friday and a nice weekend and decent Monday, but we'll start to feel a little more heat late in the weekend. And then next week, right now, kind of focusing the impacts on Tuesday, Wednesday, but make sure you are checking back for updates through the weekend and especially next week.